Hi, my name is Glenn Smyth, founder and CEO of Agile. The topic for today's video is why you need a business capability model. If you haven't done so already, I recommend that you have a look at the what is a business capability model video before you watch these. But as a brief recap, a business capability model is a logical model of what an organization does. It deliberately ignores how it does it, which is a business process model, and who does it, the organizational structure model, and focuses on what an organization does. Because what an organization does changes much less frequently than how it does it or who does it. That makes this model the core artifact for enterprise architecture or town planning for your business. That stability over time, it makes it perfect for overlaying all of the other views of your business. So there are three levels of a capability model. An executive level, which is used primarily for consulting purposes with the business and for aligning the strategy, the business strategy and the IT strategy. There's an architecture level view, which is used for deep design and driving transformation roadmaps. And then there's a BPM, SOA view for organizations that are targeting those particular design paradigms. I'm going to take you through one example of why each level of those capability models is so important, though honestly there are probably 20 or 30 advantages for each model at each level. So first of all, an executive view. So an executive view is basically just the high level model. It's just decomposed to two levels of decomposition as shown in this diagram here. The executive view is most useful for strategic consulting with the business. And there are lots of examples of that, but the one I'm going to talk about today is a concept called a heat map. And a heat map can be any aspect of interest to your business that is displayed in simple traffic light colors on top of the executive level business capability model. So for example, competitive advantage heat map. This example here shows capabilities in red are critical to the competitive advantage of this organization. Yellow are important, and green not so important to its competitive advantage. And you can do lots of other examples of that: aging workforce, cost, how you are relative to your competitors, etc. One of the more powerful ones we've ever done is to combine that competitive advantage heat map with the spend over the previous 3 to 4 years, and that can often give some quite insight that the focus of their spending is not aligned to their points of competitive advantage. If you're doing and only intend to use a capability model for executive level strategic consulting purposes, then the level of rigor you bring to developing a model is less important. But the next level model, the architecture level model, is used for driving deep design, both in a business sense and a technology sense. So how should we fragment our processes or decompose our processes? What should be our customer experience? And how does that map through our functions? What is the roadmap for IT solutions that are going to support our business? To do that level of design requires an awful lot more rigor brought to the business capability model. But other than that, effectively, it is just decomposing the model down 2 more levels to level 3 or 4. So why is that so important? Well, first, it supports current state overlays at a level of detail required. You could do this at the executive level, but it wouldn't really facilitate deep design. So you can overlay your current systems, which will show levels of duplication, overlaps, and areas which are not properly addressed by technology. And then you can develop from that a target state, and again that's just overlaid on top of the business capability model as shown in this picture here, that shows what are the solutions going to be in your target state. And from that you can, obviously once you know where you are and where you need to be, you can develop a set of projects that can transform you from where you are to where you need to be. What I want to stress here is an architecture level business capability model with the level of rigor that Agile puts into its development is absolutely critical to the development of the accuracy of that roadmap. We are unfortunately in our industry far too many programs and projects run way over time and way over cost. In our view, one of the root causes of that is that there isn't sufficient analysis done up front to truly understand what is required to deliver that program. Now, we're not talking about analysis paralysis here. I use the word suitable level, and I think we've gone from overdoing it in the analysis paralysis thing and fear of that to completely underdoing it. An architecture level business capability model will, as it has done at our clients, enable us to deliver a very accurate transformation roadmap that can be delivered on time and on budget. Okay, So the third level is what we call a BPM SOA level. This is critical to organizations who have adopted either business process management or service-oriented architecture, and I stress their design paradigms, not pieces of technology. While they are supported by technologies, fundamentally at first principles, they are different ways of designing your business. For organizations that have that vision, it kind of looks, and generically everyone would agree with this, like this. We separate out the channels, we separate out the cross-system business processes into a business process layer, and then we have a services layer. So the critical design question for this target architecture is, what are the components that I'm going to break apart my overall business system into? You know, customer management, product management, credit risk management, document management, content management, customer relationship management, all those. What are the components, and at what level of granularity am I going to break that apart to, is the number one critical design question. Without going into detail of how we do it, because that's probably a 20-minute video in its own right, an architecture level business capability model is suitable to have this concept called service containers added to the model. As shown in this picture, they're effectively just red boxes added around the outside of some capabilities, added at different levels. Some are on level 1, some down to level 4. And at what level you define those is absolutely critical to getting your service-oriented architecture correct, and what's often referred to as the billion-dollar design question in SOA. It will answer for you in an engineering fashion rather than some sort of obscure art form. What is the correct granularity for our services? Where does the boundary between business process management and service-oriented architecture lie? And lots of other critical design questions for BPM and SOA. That's it for the video for today. I hope we found it of interest and of value. Thank you very much.